Hey guys, how's it going? It is a gorgeous, gorgeous morning out. The weather has been just beautiful in the mornings. Like I could probably have like a light hoodie on right now. We're hitting the 60s, and so the mornings have been fabulous, and then we heat up probably about like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So it means that I'm able to get out and do some projects. And it tells me that the summer is starting to wrap up just a little bit here, which I'm so excited about. You guys know summer is not my favorite. We're gonna do a garden project today. A big project. This is probably not the most like DIY user-friendly project because I don't know what I'm doing. But we just built this gorgeous mirror right here. And I want to build something over it. I want to build kind of like a pergola. So I went to the lumber yard and I picked up a ton of lumber. I didn't pick up enough. As Brent and I were sitting down this morning, I realized, shoot, I missed one piece. I think we might have some of it in the shed that I need. It's just a little 1x trim, so it's very small trim. I spent $200 to build this DIY garden project. I want to build a little arbor over the mirror so it looks even more like a gate, and just to give it a little protection on the mirrors so the mirrors don't accidentally catch some sunlight as the sun changes and like cause any fires or anything like that. So we built this right here. This is our DIY garden gate mirror. So those are mirror panels right here if you missed it, and I framed out cement board to look like a garden gate. And now what I want to do is I want to build an arbor that kind of goes over it backwards. There we go. And make it look like it's somewhere where it's really drawing you in. So that's the plan for the day. Let me turn you around. I'll show you just to give you guys kind of a better idea. So we have the garden mirror right here, and there's going to be a trellis that kind of goes over like this, and it's going to kind of come out. You'll see it when we're all done. I'm really great at explaining, but it'll have kind of like a pergola roof to it, and it'll come out and it'll come down from an angle. I'm gonna have 4x4s here, 4x6s on the top, so it's really tall, really cool looking. I want it to feel thick and chunky. And then eventually this fall, all of these plants right here are gonna come out. They're gonna get moved. Like the hydrangea is gonna get transplanted probably just right over here. The chokeberry will get moved a little further down. And I want to do, like, you can see right here, this is where the walkway is gonna be. So I'm gonna do stepping stones to this right here. And I'll have this arbor that I want to like climb something over it, some kind of climbing plant. I'm not sure what yet. And that way it just feels super inviting and really just kind of like draws you back there. So this is the lumber that I bought. I bought some 2x4s right here. I bought some 4x6s right here. So these are 4" by 6". And then I bought some 4x4s right there. And then we have a postal digger, a couple shovels, chop saw, drill, screws, and we're going to sink the 4x4s into the ground. This will be the top header piece right here. I might have overbought on these. I probably didn't need to buy 2 4x6s, but that's okay. And then the 2x4s are going to kind of like be the pergola roof. So they'll kind of come out a little bit. I hope that makes even the slightest bit of sense. So the very first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to dig my holes. So I'm going to dig one hole right about here. I want it to kind of like go where the seam is right here. And then I'm going to dig my next hole probably about, same, that little tiny bit of the fence board and one fence board over. So it'll just kind of go over just right there. And then this will come up. I want it to come taller, and we'll just kind of frame this out. And it should just be really, really good. So first step, let's dig our holes. right, now we have our posts. These are the 2x6. They are sunk into the ground and they're perfectly level. We kept swearing that this side was higher. We put the 2x4 up there just to make sure that it was level, and it is dead level. I don't know, it looks unlevel on camera. Maybe the mirror is unlevel. Let's check that actually. Nope, the mirror is also level. So mirror is level and this is dead level. So we're gonna let the cement cure for 24 hours. It is quick drying cement, but we are just gonna let it cure because we're about to put a ton of weight on it and really start screwing things to build this infrastructure. So it's gonna be really pretty when it's all done. Look at my face. We're doing good. So we'll be back in 2 seconds, and it's going to be the next day while we let this stuff cure. While those are actually going to cure, what we're gonna do is Brent is up top, he is measuring, and we're gonna build the top piece that goes on it, because why not? We might as well build it now while it's cool in the evening. So that's what we're gonna do. We're measuring it to figure out how wide it needs to be, our back piece, our front piece. We're gonna build a box, cut some corbels, and then those will go up on top of it. And basically once that cement cures, we'll be able to lift the entire box up and just put it on there all at one piece, and it'll make like the impact instantly, rather than trying to lift up giant 2x6 and giant 4x4s and trying to build it up on the ladder, because there's so much plants down there that it's a little bit hard to get down to. So the goal with this too is to be able to obscure as much of the neighbor's shed and her like building thing that she has right there. And I think that we're going to be able to achieve that with it sticking out. It's going to stick out about 2 feet, maybe 2.5 feet from where the posts are right there. So it's going to come out. I haven't done a decent job at even explaining what's happening. So let's cut some wood, we'll build this, and then we will attach it in the morning. This thing is massive. So we put one of the 4x6 up there. The ladder, just so you know, is 6 feet tall. Well, and then the fence is about 6.5 feet tall. The mirror is about 7 feet tall. And so this is gonna be about 8 feet tall. It is huge, but that's what I wanted. I wanted it to be a statement. So this is going to stick out just like this. We're gonna kind of notch the corners on it. And then we're going to build a corbel that comes out, and then there'll be another front piece that's the 4x6 also. And then there's going to be slats on top of it. So it's also gonna be another 2 inches, 2x4s. It's gonna be another 4. So this is actually gonna be another 4 inches taller, because we're gonna have 2x4s sitting on the top kind of as like slats individually on it. It's gonna be a huge, huge statement piece. Okay, here we go. So we've got our 4x6s here, and then 4x4s that are the inner guts. You can see we kind of just notched the corners of it, and then we're gonna go in, and this is gonna be the back piece. I know it's totally backwards right now. So, and this piece it's not even yet. This piece is exactly where it needs to go. These 4x4s are where they need to go. We're gonna drill in here and attach the 4x4s to this, and then we'll take this and we will go ahead and we will attach it to the very top up there. So it's gonna have these 2 pieces that are sticking out. And then we're going to get corbels that come from there that reach up, that are going to be attached to this 4x6, which will be attached to these 4x4s. So it'll build kind of like a rectangle up in the sky up there. It's going to be massive. And then we will have the 2x4s that sit on top of this, evenly spaced out, that come. So this is the front of it. Like I said, it's backwards, and I'm sorry. So it's going to come sticking out, and the 2x4s are going to stick out a little bit further, and they will have the same notch that the 4x6s have. I hope that makes even the slightest bit of sense now. I hope. Let me stop the camera.
The tool's missing out of both of them now.
My gosh, I did not explain this well enough to you guys. This turned out so good. It is absolutely massive. 6 foot tall fence, 6.5 foot tall mirror. I think this might be a 6.5 foot tall fence, 7 foot tall mirror. This is absolutely massive. These boards were 10 feet. We sunk them in the ground about 2 feet, probably a little too short, but it's okay. They probably should have went in a little bit deeper, but they didn't. This is exactly what I imagined. This is where we're gonna end this video though, because I am running out of daylight. So the next step on this is to get it painted and to remove the plants and make it so that there's a defined pathway to the garden door, which is a mirror. It's a garden mirror, it's not a door. If you missed that video, I will make sure to link that in the description down below. This thing is huge. It looks so good. I am so pleased with how that turned out. And the plan, I think I'm gonna grow creeping fig up it. And so creeping fig will grow up it and over it, and it's gonna get rid of the shed that's there. It's gonna hide some of that. This thing is so big. Oh my God. And so far in this entire project, we spent about $120 on lumber. We unexpectedly I think we spent $140 on lumber because we had to buy 2 more 2x6s. These posts right here were going to be 2x4s, and we didn't buy long enough 2x4s. We bought 8 foot 2x4s. We needed 10 foot 2x4s. So we went back and they didn't have any decent looking 2x4s. So we bought 4x6s. So it brought the price up. Personally, I think that doing the 4x6s here was a much better idea. I think it kind of worked out in our favor. I think it would have just looked a little too dainty, too small if they were 2x4s. So I think the 4x6s is a better deal. So we spent $140 in total on lumber, and then we did spend about $100 just on hardware on this. I wanted to buy some hardware that was a little bit nicer, a little more stout, something that looked good. Instead of just buying silver hardware that was the cheapest hardware, I bought I bought these nice brackets. These were a couple bucks a piece, and I bought the large screws and large brackets there that all look really nice. So we spent a lot of money. We spent about the same on the brackets, which is crazy. And they are gonna get painted over. So we are total about $240 on this entire project. So very expensive Arbor, but I think it was worth it. I think it looks so good there, and it's exactly what it needed. Once it gets painted black, it's gonna be even better. So the next step now is just to get this painted, but that is gonna be for a different day because I have run out of daylight, and it's a little bit toasty at the end of the day. So thank you guys for visiting our garden, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.